We earlier saw Trident can be used as an external provisioner for Kubernetes. This section demonstrates how one can use Trident's REST API for non-Kubernetes deployments. Because everything that can be done through Kubernetes API, the Kubernetes plugin for Trident can be done also through the REST API, you can use Trident in your non-Kubernetes deployments too. So let's bring down Trident. We can see the Trident pod is gone. So if you look at the make file that comes with Trident, we have examples of how you can use Trident in the non-Kubernetes setting. So we have a make file target that's called Docker run that uses Docker Compose for launching Trident. So this is what it does. It basically launches the Trident container as well as the etcd container for running Trident. So here we see that Trident successfully is bootstrapped. And let's say if I want to use Trident in a non-Kubernetes setting, what I have to do is to use Trident's REST API. So in this example, I'm going to show you how to define a gold storage class using Trident's REST API. So this gold storage class is defined as any backend whose media type is SSD and can support IOPS at the range of 7,000 and can support snapshots. I can add this storage class to Trident by using Trident's REST API. And we see that the storage class gold is successfully added. I can check Trident's output and we see the gold storage class was successfully added. There is currently no backend that can satisfy this storage class. This is because I haven't added the SolidFire backend yet. So to do that, I need to go and add the SolidFire backend. Since this is a fresh install, I have to repeat the steps I did earlier. Now we have the SolidFire backend added. And we see that the backend was successfully added. And this backend satisfies storage class gold. So here I go back to the SolidFire UI. As you see, currently there are no volumes provisioned by Trident. Now, if a user wants to use storage class gold to provision a volume, what the user has to do is so previously in the Kubernetes setup, we were using PVCs. But in a non-Kubernetes deployment, we're going to define a volume by using a JSON file. So here I'm specifying what the characteristics of my volume are. So the name of the volume would be gold vol, its size would be 1 GB, and its storage class would be gold. So if a user wants to create this volume, what the user has to do is to use the volume endpoint in Trident's REST API. So what this does, it posts this JSON file to the volume endpoint in Trident. If I do a get volume, I see that we have a new volume here. And I can check the SolidFire UI and see we have a new volume that is the gold vol. Now that I have created the gold volume, I want to know how I can attach this volume to my host. And this can be done through Trident's REST API. So here I see that the gold volume is created. If I want more information about this volume, I can use this script here. And we see the information that is needed to mount this iSCSI LAN to your host. So here we have the iSCSI target IQN, the volume access group ID, and the portal IP address for the iSCSI target. We saw earlier that Trident can be launched as a deployment or pod in Kubernetes environments. And for non-Kubernetes environments, you can launch Trident as a Docker Compose application. If you have built Trident from source, it is also possible to launch Trident through the binary that you find inside the bin directory. So here there is a binary called Trident Orchestrator, and to run Trident this way, I have already started an etcd instance on my local host. So I can just refer to it here. And we see that Trident is bootstrapped successfully. And if I want to interact with it, I can just use the Trident REST API just like before to provision volumes, define storage classes, and so forth. Trident creates a single pool of storage across heterogeneous backends, and through its unified provisioning API, whether it's the Kubernetes APIs or Trident's REST API, it enables you to provision volumes on different backends through very simple and generic abstractions that don't require much familiarity with different storage platforms and different storage technologies. If you're interested to learn more about Trident, please visit the project page on GitHub. You can find more information about storage support in Kubernetes by following the links here. Finally, if you have any questions about Trident, please reach out to us at netapp.io Slack channel for containers. Thank you very much.